Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakaha Kadash. Uh, my name is Anya Yashar, coming at you with a live lesson. Um, Today I'm doing a lesson on the characteristics of Esau. Um, Before I start, um, I want you to know that I am I am in no camp, but I do am learning under the prophets of GMS because I do believe they have the 100% truth. Um, well, today's lesson is going to be on the characteristics of Esau because you have some people out here saying that, the so called white man ain't Esau. You know, they're saying that the Arabs is Esau or whatever, you know. But we're just going to let the Bible talk. All right. But first, we're going to get the definitions of characteristics. The definition of characteristics is characteristics are distinguishing traits, qualities, or properties that make a person, thing, or group different from others. So we're going to start off with that. Now we're going to use that to see what are the characteristics of Esau and the characteristics of the so-called white man. So first, we're going to go into the Blue Letter Bible and we're going to start off at the story of Jacob and Esau. So we're going to start off. Let me see. I think that's Genesis 20. I think it's Genesis 25. Let me see. Yeah, Genesis 25. We're going to start at verse 19. And it goes, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham's begot Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, and daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Pandanaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Now, she was asking the Lord, why she's having these problems in her womb. Seems like, the two babies inside her is always fighting. Okay? So she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So that means there's going to be 2 different nations in her womb. That's 2 different races, you know. And now we're going to go to at verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now, verse 25 give you the first characteristics. The first characteristic that we was talking about. So remember that. And they called his name Esau. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now the reason why they didn't say anything about Jacob's color, because he looked like everyone else, you know, but Esau didn't look like everyone else, you know. So Esau was red. He was red all over, you know. And so that's one of the characteristics. Now, when we look at the people that is red all over, let's go to that. We're gonna go on. Go to Google. We're gonna look up. We're gonna look up white man being red. Okay, we're gonna go to images. Now, one thing you could say about the so-called white man, the reason why I call him so-called white man, because he's not white. The color of my garment is white, as you can see, but his color is red. His color is red. It's different shades of red, you know. And when they get mad or when they stay out in the sun, you know, it even gets real darker red. Here, I'll show you, let me show you a picture. You see, that's him being red all over, you know. Even though he's turned more red because he's showing his anger, you know. But the point is, your blood shows forth through your skin, and that's why he's all red. And there's many more pictures. Let me grab some more pictures. Okay. And here's another one. You know, one of the, like I said, one of the reasons why they are so red is because the blood shows forth through their skin. You know, they don't have no melanin. Now, next we're gonna go ahead and finish. Gonna go ahead and back to Genesis 25. And we're going to go all the way down where I left off at. Okay. Let me see where I left off at. Okay, I'm just going to start off at okay, I'm going to go ahead and start at 26. And after that came his other brother out, and they took hold of Esau's heel, like we were talking about the last time. And when he and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. 27, verse 27. And here's another clue of his characteristics. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And who does that remind you of? Both of those characteristics remind you of? The one Esau, who became a cunning hunter. What nation of people boast about hunting, being the best hunters out here? Who goes out hunting for, just for game? For, like deers, lions, elephants. Who kills all them animals just for game? That's another characteristics of Esau, So that's like strike two. That's strike two for the so-called white man. So we're gonna go ahead to Google. We're gonna look up deer hunters. I'm gonna show you some images of deer hunters. Deer hunters. Okay. Now you tell me who all you see on here. Okay. Now you might see like maybe one or two Jakes, but the majority of them is the so-called white man. He's the one that's out here killing, animals for mainly just game. You know what I mean? Just to cut the animal's head off and place it on his own wall, like he always do, or send them to get stuff. What they call that? I forgot what the name of that was called. But here's some pictures. Here's a picture of an old man with his deer. And there's another characteristics that I see on here, that we're going to get into it later. And I'm pretty sure, most of y'all that are into the Bible, y'all should know what that is, of the characteristic of Esau, what he was blessed with. There's another one. See that? Another picture, they look all proud, Here's one with a little boy. Look at them. They start when they're young. They start when they're real young, cause their parents had them out there. That's where they get that from. And we're gonna go to lion hunters. See that? See? So whose face do you see? Whose face do you see? Look, we even got a woman on here. Look at that. Look at this fat dude. I don't know how in the hell he killed a lion with his fat ass. You know. What the hell? See? No. Them two black guys up there, they're more likely Hamites. They were probably they were probably helping them hunt the lions. It was basically showing them where to go. To hunt for lions. You know, so they're just as bad. For for the animals. You know. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. You know. All right. We go back. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to the Bible again. Get some more scriptures out. All right. Now, another thing that another trait of Esau is we're gonna go into a later story of Esau. We go to Genesis. What's that? We're gonna jump to. We're gonna go to Genesis 27. All right. We're going to see. We're going to drop down to 30. I think 31. Let me go down to 31 and see. Let me see. 31. I think 31. The storm. No, I want to go before that. I want to go before that because I want to touch on something else. I want to touch on something else that happened before that. Okay. First one. Let me see. Jacob's deception. I don't know. Okay, can't depend on. Okay, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Can't depend. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna start up at Genesis 27 verse 1, the top of Genesis 27th chapter. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am. The second verse. And he said, Behold now, I am old. I know not the day of my death. So here, Isaac knows that he's dying. And he knows that he don't have that much time. That's what he was telling his son Esau. Verse 3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapon, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard this, and spake. Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau, his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And if y'all know, venison is, I think, deer. I think that's what venison is, deer. That's one of the main things they like hunting is deer. You know, that's another one. I'm telling you. I just thought of that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, okay, uh, okay, verse 6. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me, bring me venison, and make the savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord Yahweh, because before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna drop down to, let me see first. Drop down. Christine, gone. Let me see. Okay. Put them, and she put the skins of the kids good upon. Let me see. Let me drop down. Okay, let me. Okay, yeah, we're going to start at now. We're going to drop down to verse 20. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord Yahweh thy power brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother's Esau hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. So according to, God's will, it was meant for, it was meant for Jacob to have the blessing, because it was mentioned over in verse 25. So, and plus, on top of that, Esau had sold his blessings. Remember, he had sold his blessings to Jacob for that raw pottage. He wanted that bloody pottage. And that's another trait of Esau and the so-called white man, because we know that so-called white man, they love their meat very raw or medium rare, or medium rare, and that's against the law. We ain't supposed to have our meat well done. We ain't supposed to have no blood in it. So some of y'all brothers out there, who likes their meat medium rare, or something, you better you better hope your bloodline don't go back to Esau, because that's not That's not natural to have your meat, not done all the way, you know. So we're gonna go ahead to the blessings of Esau. We're gonna see what Esau's was blessed with. Okay. Now we're going to drop down to, let me see, the stolen one. Okay. Okay, we're going to drop down to, I'll say 32. We're going to start at 32. And Isaac, his father said, okay, no, okay, we're going to, let me see. Yeah, okay, we'll start at 32. And Isaac, his father, said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Now, this is when Esau came in from the field, to fetch that venison for his father, to get that, to hunt for that venison before his father died, because that's what he wanted, you know. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that has taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou comest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. So now, right here, I guess Esau has forgetting about everything that, he promised to Jacob, that he will sell his birthright. He wanted to backtrack on that. And that's another characteristics of so-called white man, because he basically, broke every treaty that he had. He broke what, like 300 treaties with the Native Americans. He broke them all. He liked to break everything that he make dealings with. For his own selfish greed, he breaks them for himself, and that's why he's the wicked. Let's go ahead and see one of the blessings that Isaac gave Esau. We're gonna go down. Let me see. Go down to where it said the fatness. Okay, here you go. She given. Okay, the fatness. Okay, yes, we're gonna go to drop down to 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heavens from above. Now, the fatness of the earth, that means he's gonna be dwelling in all the nice neighborhoods, the best lands where basically where milk and honey, the best lands of milk and honey. They took over our land, Israel, over there. The land of milk and honey. Everybody think it's Africa. It's not Africa. It's not the land of Ham. It's not the land of Ham. It's Israel. Israel is the mother of us all, not Africa. For all y'all black only Israelites who, wants to go down there, for I don't know what reason, y'all want to go down there for, and down to 41? No, not 41. Verse 40. And by the sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and this shall come to pass that when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Now it says at the beginning, and by the sword shalt thou live. Everywhere the so-called white man took over, he took everything over by force, by the sword. He used what he was blessed with, and that was the sword. He took over. He took over all of Europe. You know, the Europe was not. Was not owned by the so-called white man. No, the people that was in Europe were brown skin people like us, or Japhetic people. Japhetic people were brown skin. Like I say, everybody else in the world was brown skin or people of color, except for the so-called white man. He was the only one without no color. It's because that, he have no melanin. He have no melanin. He cannot be out in the sun for a long period of time because if he does, he gets all sorts of wounds. His skin start turning very red, and he gets boils, whatever. You know what I mean? He just can't be out in the sun. The sun is his enemy. The sun is his enemy. Now, now, I ask you this, okay? Your so-called Jesus, if your so-called Jesus was white, okay, why would the Lord made him that way, and and can't be out in the sun, and he can't be out in the sun for a long period of time, you know? Why would the Most High do that to his son? It just don't make no sense. You know? Why would the Most High do that to his people, his chosen people? And we can't live out if we can't live out and enjoy the sun, to enjoy the nice rays from the sun, you know? It just makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. And that's one of the things that you Christians, y'all need to ask yourself. And y'all need to also ask yourself about the characteristics, because the Lord put this in the Bible for a reason. He put this in there for a reason so we can know who are the people of the wicked and who are his chosen. You know? So let's keep on going down. This is going to be this is probably going to be, I don't know, a long video or something. This definitely be my longest video I ever done. Now, we're going to go to Job and see what type of people are ruling. So we're going to go to Job 9. We're going to go to Job 9. And we're going to go all the way down. Let me see, to 24. Yeah, we're going to go down to, okay. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now, you tell me what group of people are who's running this world right now. What group of people? It's very obvious, but I know a lot of you Christians, y'all like to deny it, Y'all like to say, oh, everybody's rolling together. No, not everybody's not rolling together. No, don't give me that. That's bullshit. And it's bullshit. The so-called white man runs everything. He runs the banking system. He basically runs everything. He runs our education. He runs all the corporations, starting off with, well, I don't want to go say it because I don't want the video to get flagged, but we know, I say the small hatters, put it that way. They the one that basically rules. They the one that rules the whole world, the small hatters, Yeah, they run everything. They the one that makes the laws. They the one that put the laws in the books, and they the one that create all the foods, all the poison foods that we eat. They want to control everything. You know, they want to control everything. But the Lord has plans. The Lord had plans for that. You know what I mean? We know that the Lord uses Esau, the so-called white man, for his. Basically, he's a whipping stick. You know what I mean? The Lord put them here. You know, for people being so wicked, and that's why we're in this predicament today. Because we turn our backs. We turn our backs from our husband. You know, and this is what happens when we do that. When we worship other idols. You know, and you know it is it is something when the Lord give us this grace that we have, you know, to repent and to come back to Him, you know. And a lot of our people, they just don't want to do that. A lot of our people are, is, especially the ones that rent to college, graduated, got all these high degrees, and they live in lavishly, you know, and they live in real, and they're real comfortable. They're real comfortable. You have all these, these professional athletes, these celebrities, these singers, these actors, have millions and millions of dollars, you know. They're real comfortable. They happy where they at. They don't care. They don't care about, about the Most High, how about Shem Yahweh Shai, you know. They just know different than Esau. It's no different than Esau. That's why the Lord got to get rid of them. That's why the Lord, and I pray that I'm not part of it. You know, we all have our salvation to work on, and we just hope that we're not part of that, you know, that we won't be partake of, His judgment. We want to be on the right side. We want to be on the right side of righteousness. That's where we want to be at. Hopefully we get called upon the the chariots. When the missile hits. You don't want to be part of that because that's because that ain't going to be because when the missile hits, the ICBM missiles, that's a wrap. And it is going to be death by pain. So the Lord, He could keep you alive for a long period of time when the missiles hit. He can keep you alive for a long period of time. You think you think that okay, that's okay because when the missiles hit, it doesn't matter because I'll be dead within like seconds. No, no. The Lord said in the Bible, you're going to die by death by pain. So that means He'll keep you alive. He'll keep you alive for a while before you actually die. So that means you're going to feel your eye socket close wide in, your mouth burning, your whole inside burning from inside out, your skin melting. You're gonna feel all of that. The Lord gonna make sure you feel all that. Make sure you think what you have done. You wouldn't come back to your husband. So we're gonna go ahead back and we're gonna learn go back to some more scriptures here. Yeah. We're going to go to Second Esdras 6 and 6 in Apocrypha. Let's go there. All right. 1611 King James Bible. There you go, right there. All right, we're going to go there. Second Esdras 6 and 6. All right. All right. Now, Second Esdras 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also thy shall be ended, and by none other. Hold on, what is that? Let me see. No, that can't be right. It's 6 and 6. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let me see. Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and just go ahead. Don't go ahead on down. Then answering, I said, what shall be the parting of asunder of all times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we all know that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? So the wicked is Esau. We know that the wicked is Esau. And on verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world. So that means who's ruling this world now? It's Esau. So that should give you a clue right there. The people that are ruling this world right now is Esau. Okay? So who you think is ruling? So, as you know, put it this way, I'm gonna ask you Christians here. The people that are ruling this world is Esau. Who's ruling this world today? The so-called white man. He's ruling this world. So we know that he's going to be the end of this world, and Jacob is going to be the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Now we know that those people over here in Israel right now are not the chosen people. They are not the chosen people. Because if they was the chosen people, okay, if they said, okay, that, they had finally came back to Israel, okay, if that was the case, there shouldn't be no more wars, no more fighting, if that was the case. So we know that them people over there ain't the chosen people. We know that. Even they know that. Even the higher up echelon of the elites, they know that. They know they ain't the chosen people. And they know who are the chosen people. That's why they keeping the wraps on it. That's why they keeping the wraps on it. Because they know that if we find out the majority of these people find out who we are, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And they know that their future judgment. They know their future judgment. There's a lot more that I have to get into, so I'm going to do a part 2 on this. This video is becoming longer than I expected. So, I'll be back again with a part 2. And I'd like to give all praises to and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakaha Kadash. And I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the teachers of Great Millstone, and also those who teach this word in sincerity and in truth. Also pray for the hopeful elect who are out here in the highways and byways of doing diligence in putting our life on the line, for this truth. My name is Anya Yashar. I'll be back at you with another lesson. Shalom.